This is Simplified Mathematics. Today we will be looking at percent increase and percent decrease. First, let's take a look at an increase of a plain normal number. Let's say we have an item with original price of $50. Then we increase the price by $20. The new price gonna be $70. We can say that this new price is $20 greater than the original, or there is $20 increase from the original price. Now let's decrease the price by $20. So the new price gonna be $30. And this new price is $20 less than the original, or there is $20 decrease from the original price. This looks pretty straightforward, and we are gonna use this same concept to understand the percent increase and percent decrease. When we talk about percent increase, the original value is usually set at 100%. Let's say we increase this by 10%. We can simply add them up, and the new percent is gonna be 110%. We can say that this new value is 10% greater than the original, or there is 10% increase from the original value. Now let's take a look at percent decrease. Let's say we also decrease this by 10%. So we can simply subtract them, and the new percent is gonna be 90%. And this new value is 10% less than the original, or there is 10% decrease from the original value. So we can see that in this case, percent and regular number are pretty much using the same concept. Let's take a look a little more. For percent increase, let's say we have 25% increase from the original, or 25% greater than the original, or 25% more than the original. The new percent is gonna be equal to 100 plus that percent increase. And in this case, it's 100 plus 25. So the new percent is 125% of the original. For percent decrease, let's say we have 30% less than the original, or 30% fewer than the original. The new percent is gonna be 100 minus that percent decrease. And in this case, it's 100 minus 30. So the new percent is 70% of the original. We can actually use this percent increase concept to solve certain word problems. First, let's take a look at plain word problems. For this one, what number is 25% greater than 40? When it says 25% greater than 40, it means 125% of 40. Now we can translate this question word by word. What number means question mark is means equal. 125% means 125 divided by 100. Of means multiply, 40 means 40. Now we can simplify this. This gonna give us 5, and this gonna give us 4. And then for 40 and 4, this gonna give us 1, and this gonna give us 10. So the answer is 5 times 10, which is 50. So 50 is 25% greater than 40. Let's try the next question. For this one, what is the result after 500 is increased by 80%, then decreased by 40%? When we come across a consecutive series of percent increase, sometimes they call this type of question successive percent. We can still use the concept we just learned to solve this type of question anyway. When we see increase by 80%, that means the new percent's gonna be 180%. And when we see decrease by 40%, that means the new percent gonna be 60%. Now we can solve this word by word. What means question mark is means equal, and 500 means 500, and 180% means 180 divided by 100, and then 60% means 60 divided by 100. Now we can simplify this first by crossing out the zeros and then more zeros. Alright, so we are left with 5 times 18 times 6. So the answer is gonna be 540. So 540 is the result after 500 is increased by 80% and then decreased by 40%. Alright, now that we went over some plain word problems, we are gonna look at another type of word problems then. This time we're gonna be looking at story word problems. For this type of word problems, it might be helpful to use this formula. New over old is equal to new percent over 100. We can see that there are three key values here: new, old, and new percent. Let's try looking at an example then. For this one, last year the price of a jacket is $180. This year the price increased by 20%. What is the new price? Now we're gonna try to relate the values from the question to the values in the formula. I usually try to look at the percent part first, so I'm gonna be looking for the new percent that we can plug into the formula. And we can get it here. The price increased by 20%. So that means the new percent is gonna be 100 plus 20, which means it's gonna be equal to 120. Now I'm gonna be looking at the new part for the formula, and it's right here. It's what they're looking for, new price. And how about the old part of the formula? It's right here, $180, which is the old price of the jacket last year. Alright, so I think we have everything that we can plug in the formula. So we know that new over old is equal to the new percent over 100. That means new is what they're looking for. Old is $180. Gonna be equal to new percent is 120 divided by 100. So the new price is gonna be equal to 120 divided by 100 times 180. We're gonna simplify this by crossing out the zeros. So we'll be left with 12 times 18, and that's gonna be $216. And that is the answer. The new price is $216. For this one, a retailer launches early Black Friday deals. A $395 handbag is now 30% discounted. What is the new price? When we see 30% discounted, the new percent gonna be equal to 100 minus 30, which is gonna be 70%. And for the new, it is right here, new price. And for the old, it is right here, the original price of the handbag. Now we can try plug into the formula. New over old equal to new percent over 100. New is what they're looking for. Old is $395, and it's going to be equal to 70%, which is new percent, over 100. So new is going to be equal to 70 divided by 100 multiply 395. We can simplify this. First, we can cross out zeros, and then we can divide this by 5, gonna give us 2, and this by 5 gonna give us 79. Alright, so we're gonna be left with 7 times 79 divided by 2. That's gonna give us 276.5 zeros. And that is the answer. The new price of the handbag is $276.50. Now let's take a look at a couple more questions. For this one, for Cyber Monday sales, the price of a 65-inch television drops from $2,000 to $1,300. What was the percent decrease? Now the question's asking for the percent part. We can plug this into the formula. New over old equal to new percent divided by 100. New is $1,300. Old is $2,000 equal to new percent over 100. So new percent is equal to 1,300 divided by 2,000 multiply 100. We can simplify this by crossing out zeros, and that's gonna give us 130 divided by 2, which is 65. So the new percent is 65, but they're looking for the percent decrease. So we have a little bit more to do. We know that for the percent decrease, the new percent is equal to 100 minus that percent decrease. So if they're looking for the percent decrease, it's gonna be equal to 100 minus the new percent. That means it's 100 minus 65, which gonna give us 35. And that is the answer. So 35% was the percent decrease. Let's take a look at the next question. During the high season last year, there was a huge jump in ticket prices. A plane ticket to a popular destination increased from $340 to $850. What was the percent increase? This time they're looking for percent increase, and they give us the old and the new prices. We can use the formula new over old equal to new percent over 100. New is $850 over old is $340 equal to new percent over 100. So new percent is equal to 850 divided by 340 times 100. We can simplify this first by crossing out 0, and then we can divide it both 85 and 34 by 17. That's gonna give us 5, and that's gonna give us 2. So we're gonna get new percent to be 250%. But 250% is the new percent, but they're looking for percent increase. So we have one more step to do. For percent increase, we know that the new percent is equal to 100 plus that percent increase. So if we're going to be looking for the percent increase, it's going to be equal to the new percent minus 100. So in this case, it's 250 minus 100. And that's going to give us 150. And that is the answer. So the percent increase was 150%. Alright, let's summarize what we learned today. First, we learned about percent increase, and the new percent is equal to 100 plus that percent increase. We also learned about percent decrease, which is the new percent is going to be equal to 100 minus that percent decrease. And then we were looking at the plain word problems. We also look at story word problems, and we use the new formula new over old equal to the new percent over 100. Percent increase seems to be rather common in certain standardized tests. The concept is actually not difficult, but you should practice a little bit more so you can become more familiar with it.